Hi everyone. The new 2020 Ducati Streetfighter V4S is the speed-crazed wheelie monster you'd expect it to be. Friendly at low speed and perfectly happy to accelerate hard with both wheels on the floor. It's far calmer than its V-twin predecessor, sharing the Panigale V4's Öhlins and Brembo style calipers. The Streetfighter V4S also uses the same lightweight cast alley partial frame that incorporates the engine as a stressed member. The wheelbase is stretched slightly from 1,469 mm to 1,488 mm for stability, but its 24.5 degrees 100 mm rake trail steering geometry remains. A new steel trellis subframe is used for its larger rider and pillion perches, and the lower section of the fuel tank is modified to take the Streetfighter V4's thicker seat. Anyone who's ridden the original Streetfighter will feel instantly at home when they hop on. With a seat 10 mm taller than the Superbikes and lower pegs, you're perched high, but slightly further back, so it isn't as supermoto extreme as before. There's lots of legroom, adjustable bars are wide, levers can be set just so. The seat's extra 60 mm padding is a derriere's dream, and despite being canted forward, ready for action, but your wrists don't take a hammering, even after a day's riding. But the biggest surprise is that unlike Ducati's super naked rivals, the Streetfighter's throttle isn't an invisible winch control for the front wheel. Electronics will stamp out a wheelie before it's even started, but even when they're turned off, it isn't the natural-born mono master you'd imagine. Designed to go as fast as possible around a racetrack on two wheels, Ducati deliberately designed the Panigale V4 with a stable chassis and a counter-rotating crank. With the Streetfighter V4's wheelbase being longer still, you can even go full throttle through second gear and the front Pirelli stays pinned to the tarmac. Its new wings also keep the front wheel down, produce extra stability under braking and draw heat away from the engine, but only at racetrack speeds. The sensation of speed is sharper than its Superbike sister, but the Streetfighter V4S is just as well behaved in the bends. It never shakes or wallows. Instead, its electronic Öhlins glides over rippled road surfaces, and while Brembos have the power to stop time itself, they're never grabby or aggressive. The 2020 Streetfighter V4S is a Panigale V4S in a short red dress and uses the same 1103cc Desmos Adici Stradale 90 degrees V4. It also features a counter-rotating crank that cancels out the gyro effect from its wheels, making the Streetfighter V4S easier to turn, especially at high speed. It also keeps a lid on wheelies, stops the front pushing wide when you tap the throttle mid-corner, and pulls the back wheel down under hard braking. The 2020 Streetfighter V4 makes 70% of its torque between 4,000 to 9,000 revolutions per minute and 90% from 9,000 to 13,000 revolutions per minute. The Ducati has shortened the overall gearing from the Superbike's 16/41 to 15/42, amounting to 10% more torque at the rear wheel. Electronics are also the same as the Superbike's traction control, ABS quickshifter, suspension, anti-wheelie and engine braking control are all lean sensitive. In its transformation from 2020 Panigale V4S to super naked, it's lost none of the Superbike's goodies and comes loaded with the kind of electronics the old 1099cc V-twin Streetfighter could have only dreamed of. Slide, traction, wheelie, launch and engine braking control, 3 customizable riding modes, street, sport, race, cornering, ABS quickshifter, auto blipper and backing and control. The LEDs, color dash from the Panigale V4, fancy switchgear buttons and rear cylinders that cut at tick over to reduce heat under the seat. The S model also has semi-active Öhlins forks, steering damper and shock and Marchesini forged alley wheels. Thanks for watching.